What's up, Manana? Welcome to my or to Code Conyo tutorial on MySQL. Okay, so we in my previous tutorial, I actually demonstrated about two SQL constraints, which are null and um, default. So this time, I'm going to introduce to you another SQL constraint, which is unique. Okay, so a unique constraint is actually a constraint that is used to guarantee that the column that is made unique is not going to accept any value that is the same or something that duplicates the value. Okay, so probably if you're like going to create a program that has a database and you don't set unique uh, constraint, of course you'll have to do it in a programming language. You'll have to check all of the records, and then upon checking all the records, and if there's like if there is possibility of like the same or duplicating a specific record to that specific column, then it's okay. However, it's really going to be like yeah, I mean, SQL offers this constraints which actually delimits the user from entering any other value depending on what entering a value depending on whatever we set. So this time, one of the very reasons that there is this check, it's because it has to guarantee that all the records of that particular column in our table will be unique. Okay, let's say for an instance, let's describe the table. Okay? I mean, let's have TBL person here. So of course, our pet ID could be like unique. Okay, our pet name could be, I don't know if it's like it can be like unique. It depends because it depends on your database design, because there are actually names that are actually the same. Okay, so but with the gender, you have your male. It not also We cannot also set our pet gender to be unique, because there are actually like persons that um, I mean male and female can be actually repeated once, okay, in this particular table. The same thing with age. So the only thing that we can set uh, here as like unique is either the name or the ID. But this time we're going to focus on the pet ID. Okay, so or something like ID. So this time let's create a new table under the same folder to create table TBL like employee. So employee, and then you have here ID. So let's have here int, and then let's have here 12, and then this should be unique. Okay, and then unique at the same time, of course, this should be not null. Okay, so because uh, it should be like unique, and if it's not set as not null, it can accept not null value. So we have to make sure that we set not null uh, to that particular field, because aside from it's unique, it's also going to be not accepting null value. Okay, so can we combine all constraints are like default, not null, unique? Yes, of course, you can always do that. Okay, so let's say we have another, let's say person, name rather, have here varchar, and then let's have here 30, and then let's have here, let's, of course, let's not put here, not unique here. We only put not null, and at the same time unique for our employee. Okay, so this time, let's say not null. Okay, now enter, and then let's describe our TBL employee. So we have employee. All right, there. So we have here, as you can see, there is this what we call key as primary key. Okay, it's pri means it's actually what we call this one uh, stands for primary key because we combine unique and not null, which is later on I'm going to be discussing to you about primary key. Actually, primary key is a combination of unique and not null. However, let's try to create another table. Let's say I'm going to create another table. Let's employee. So let's say manager. Okay. So manager. And I'm going to only include here, I mean, set here as like unique but not null. Okay. So unique for my manager ID. So this should be manager ID. This should be manager. So again, I have two tables here, the employee and the manager. So I'm going to describe the TBL manager. So let's say if I have here primary key. So because I forgot that the combination of unique and natal is actually primary key. But what we have right here is actually a unique key, okay? A unique constraint for our manager ID. Okay, so let's get back to that employee later on, but this time we're going to focus on the excuse me, TBL manager. All right, so I'm going to insert record to my TBL manager. So I have here TBL manager values, and then 101, and then let's say Marcel Baste. Okay, so insert into TBL values, manager TBL values. So there, let's say I'm going to insert another record that says 101 Marcel. So duplicate entry 101 for manager ID. So meaning to say it is yeah, so you cannot have a duplicate entry for 101. So however, if I'm going to like put 102 here with the same name, Marcel Baste, so it is going to be processed because again, the we don't set our name to be like unique, okay? From TBL. So there you are. That's actually unique. Okay. So 103, let's have here Ann Curtis. So on selecting or showing the records, so we are able to display records here. And I mean, we are able to add records, but it guarantees that the manager ID must be unique. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Insert into TBL manager. Actually, add employee. Actually, the same. It does the same. Let's say we have here the employee. So this one is. Uh, so let's get back muna to manager. Manager values. I'm going to put here not like null. Okay, and then up here bong. Okay, will this be accepted in our manager? As we all know, manager is not set as it cannot actually accept as null. Okay, so actually this is processed successfully. However, the next time you're going to include like null, then uh, Billy. So it's as you can see, it's still accepting null value. Okay, so null means an empty, so it is not actually read as like the same null. So meaning the unique property or the unique constraint for this table for this column is not going to be processed. It's not going to work as we have here an actual data, which are numbers or 101, 102, 102. Okay, it's only working for actual data. Okay, now how about for the TBL employee? Okay, so this is a little overview of primary key because we set our actually we can describe both. So we have describe employee, that's pri, and then we can describe where is the describe for manager. So you have here unique It can accept null, okay, here. And then let's say our employee if it's going to accept null value. Okay. So let's have here insert into TBL employee. Employee, we have here 101 Billy. Of course, if you are going to insert another one duplicate entry, so you'll need to make sure it is 102. Let's say this will be one, let's say instead of like not giving an input to that, let's say null, this would not be uh, let the user to enter a value or to proceed with this SQL statement or just to this statement because the ID cannot be null, okay? Because it's a combination of not null and unique. So which makes it becomes primary key. Just later on, I'm gonna be discussing to you about primary. So I guess that would be all for now. And thank you guys for watching this tutorial and have a great day. Bye bye.